as NEW Pay Your Dues continues here from the Wise Hall. Justin Morissette alongside Jordan Castle and Jordan Dobrew. And fellas, up next, Eddy Ross taking on Dave Rishi. And you know where Eddy Ross is? Well, Nick Hayez and Christopher Cassidy are not far behind him.
Yeah, it was Dave Rishi making the save for one Joey Tran just last month. Eddy and Nick with a double team, and tonight singles competition looking to settle that score.
Yeah, Eddy Ross, obviously one of the major players here in NEW. Gonna prove it tonight here against Dave Rishi, who himself has been rising through the ranks here in NEW, but you gotta know Eddy Ross, he's gotta have a couple tricks up his sleeve.
Dirty Eddy Ross, known for the underhanded tactics. We'll see if they come into play next.
I like where your head is at, fellas. Let's not get too hasty here. You've offered them something. It's time they offer you you something. Let me remind you, Eddy Ross, I am only here in this position as a representative of the NW Board of Governors, as someone who was victimized, brutalized, and conquered by you. So hello, if it isn't you, face to face with the consequences of their own actions. As far as I see, if you guys want to put something up on your side of this equation as well, you only have one thing worth bartering for. Because if you've gone undefeated for the last calendar year, which you have, congratulations. Because of the outside interference of one Christopher Cassidy. So if you want them to join dirty business if they lose, sure, that's fine by me as the BOG. But guess what? If you lose, Christopher Cassidy has to help these two legally win matches as their manager to the best of his ability, or he is fired from NEW.
How about that?
This is blasphemy.
Fair is fair, Jordan.
This is blasphemy.
Consent to make that happen because I verbally just signed the fucking check right now.
Oh, he said the F word.
Let's keep it PG here,
Better
Justin.
do your best, Cassidy. Give him hell, fellas.
Set has made it official. We got a lot on the line here, Jordan.
HR leaves for one night, and it's just the Justin show. It's just Justin's show.
Listen, I don't want to do this stuff at all. I feel like they've left me no choice so far. I've been left quite a mess by Henry Reed. I'm doing my best to clean it up, and if it's up to me, I'll stay here for the rest of the night, fellas.
Now, Justin, we appreciate you, and what was originally scheduled to be a singles competition, essentially an exhibition, has turned into a tag team match with so much on the line.
A tornado tag as well, if I understand it. That is what Roadhouse rules implies, which means all men are legal at all times, and this is about to get hardcore. Rishi on the attack. Oh my goodness, monkey toss! Into a big kick, Joey Tran.
Suffice it to say, Jordan, this will not be a showcase of technical wrestling.
No, this is just going to be a brute beating as there's a cover there. Quick kick out from Eddy Ross, but we know the mind games from Eddy Ross. We know what he can do mentally in the ring with his opponent. You know, the trash talk, not to mention the big force of Nick Hayez, who's right behind.
Listen, to me, this is nothing but Eddy Ross facing the consequences of his own actions. Not just because I was empowered as a representative of the Board of Governors following an assault that I endured at the hands of dirty business, but because this whole partnership between Dave Rishi and Joey Tran wouldn't exist if these two weren't pushed to the extreme by the dastardly deeds of Eddy Ross and Nick Hayez over the last 6 months.
That's right, Ross and Hayez taking out Joey Tran. It was Dave Rishi making the save, and now, one way or another, gentlemen, allegiances are shifting at the conclusion of this tag team matchup.
Eddy Ross has created desperate times, and that has led to some desperate measures, as we've seen here tonight.
Oh boy, what do we got here from Eddy Ross?
Oh! Big splash off the shoulders of Nick Hayez. Some tandem offense from Roadhouse here tonight.
And you know, gentlemen, the added momentum for Eddy Ross off the shoulders of Nick Hayez, as opposed to just the top turnbuckle, makes that even more painful for their opponents here tonight.
Well, Nick Hayez has been carrying Eddy Ross to victories figuratively of late. Why not do it literally as well?
We'll talk about carrying to victories. You got to give the devil his due. Christopher Cassidy, annoying and repugnant as he may be on a personal level, a very effective manager. And I mean, can you imagine a world in which he's managing the likes of Dave and Joey? It's more possible than you think, Jordan.
I would like to not imagine a world where that is, because I think Christopher Cassidy is perfect with Eddy Ross.
You would.
Listen, I'm just trying to put Cassidy into a situation where he can improve himself. Look, Henry Reed and HR does not have to be here to create opportunities for personal growth. I'm just trying to see Cassidy grow as a professional.
Hold on, Hayez with a beer keg in hand to the midsection of Joey Tran. I think it's safe to say that American or Canadian, he's within the drinking limit, gentlemen.
I do believe that is correct. And he just caved in the spine of Joey Tran with that beer keg.
Telling Joey Tran himself to drink up after slamming that beer keg into the back of him and still giving him the works as they go out towards the bar now, gentlemen.
Yeah, Tran crawling towards the back bar here in the Wise Hall. I'm not sure if he's looking for a refreshment to get him back in business. Meanwhile, Eddy Ross and Dave Rishi on the other side.
And you know, clearly you're such a big fan, Jordan. Talk to us a little bit about what the managerial services of Christopher Cassidy could do for Dave and Joey if they win this matchup.
I mean, what couldn't it do for them? We've seen the dominance from Dirty Business here in NEW. I mean, hell, they're so dominant, Justin had to get out of his chair and try to do something to stop that dominance.
Oh my.
What's Rishi planning here?
Rishi on the bar top with a running splash down to the floor as he just took out Dirty Business.
Bowling shoe ugly battle here tonight. This one so personal and so much on the line between these teams. And let me ask you, Justin, who do you think this type of roadhouse, no DQ, tornado environment benefits? Is it Rishi and Tran? Is it Dirty Business?
I think it has to be Dirty Business, not just because it's their rules, they pick the stip, but they have the extra man in Christopher Cassidy as well. However, take nothing away from Rishi, take nothing away from Tran. They accepted this proposition. They were fully of the mind that they will never lose this match, will never have to join Dirty Business. And I like that mindset. It's looking like they're correct at the moment, but we still have miles to go before we sleep.
Nick Hayez under the ring with a chair shot to Rishi.
Wow. You know, gentlemen, I once shared the commentary booth with the legendary Hall of Famer X-Pac Sean Waltman. He said the most painful thing he endured in his professional wrestling career was a chair shot to the back. And you're seeing that here on the face of Rishi.
Rishi's endured one. Eddy Ross adding another for good measures. He just caved that chair, put a solid dent in it that's shaped like the spine of Dave Rishi. Now laying that steel chair into the windpipe as Nick Hayez keeps Joe King distracted.
Specifically digging the lip of that steel chair into the windpipe, the hardest, thickest part of the chair. Looking to suck the air out of the man's lungs here, guys.
I think that distraction of the referee was entirely on instinct. I'm not sure Joe King even has the power to do anything about a choke like that in a Roadhouse rules match like this. Regardless, that was nearly it right there for Dirty Business.
And credit to Dave Rishi. Getting a whooping here, Jordan, but surviving in a big way against Dirty Business.
Well, we talked about Casey Ferreira, the Midnight Marauder, having a home game the last match. Now we have the Phoenix of the Wise Hall, Dave Rishi. This is basically home field advantage for him too, but it isn't looking good as Eddy Ross has him hooked up here.
Rishi has picked up some big victories here in this building since the move to the Wise Hall for NEW.
Cover here, double covers. No, Christopher Cassidy nearly in to break up the count.
A double kick out as well. Credit to both members of Dirty Business. I thought that was all she wrote.
You know, we talked about the possibility of Cassidy having to manage Tran and Rishi. How about Rishi and Tran having to join Dirty Business?
It's, well, you don't want to have to follow a guy like Dirty Eddy Ross. He is a singular mindset as a leader. Pretty selfish,
look at
I
Cassidy.
have to say.
Look at Cassidy, ever the difference maker here, guys.
Cassidy doing his best to make sure he stays in the employ
Cover.
of Eddy Ross and Nick Hayez. Cover there from Dirty Eddy Ross.
Cover once again.
Tran was able to kick out, and Rishi will do the same.
You can see Nick Hayez there in the corner, eagle-eyed, making sure that Rishi and Rishi alone stay in the ring, trying to rely on the numbers game here, Jordan.
Dare I say, sorry to cut you off, Jordan, I think we just saw some doubt enter the mind of Eddy Ross. He just had a look on his face like he wasn't sure what it was going to take to put this one away.
And Rishi fighting back here, but I was going to say, Dirty Business, they hunt like a pack of orcas, just calculated, sophisticated, but Rishi looking to take back here on this 2-on-1 he's dealing with.
Rishi looked like he had some fighting spirit left in him, but he just lost his footing. And oh my God, a release suplex from Nick Hayez just shook Dave Rishi halfway across this venue.
Nearly sent Rishi out of the ring. This guy's so big, so powerful here, guys.
Business certainly picked up.
And I have to say, Tornado, Roadhouse, tag team match or otherwise, this is smart tag team wrestling. Isolating Dave Rishi, keeping this 2-on-1.
Big thunderous power bomb.
Broken up by Joey Tran, and not a moment too soon, guys.
Well, you see the look on Eddy Ross's face. He thought that one was lights out for Dave Rishi, but Joey Tran, good ring awareness there to figure out that the count was going on.
And you could see the desperation painted all over the face of Joey Tran right now. He probably thought he had a little bit extra time to catch his breath on the outside, but had to act fast to keep this match alive.
Unfortunately, guys, the tag team experience belongs to Dirty Business. That behooving them here. And, well, Tran and Rishi, impassioned as they may be, it just might not be enough to fight off that experience.
We're seeing some anarchic architecture in the ring right now.
Chair bridge set up, but Tran escapes.
Kick from Tran into the corner.
Got those educated feet put to good use here, guys.
Quick kicks as Tran's getting fired up. Dave Rishi at the other side, trying to get back to his feet.
Well, 2-for-1 special.
Oh my, big knee to the face, and Nick Hayez is in a haze right now. Backstabber. Ross back on his feet. Oh my, running knee from Joey Tran into a cover. And oh my God, Cassidy!
Give me a break! Give me a break! You got a big smile on your face here,
That's
Jordan.
what you love to see. Take advantage of the numbers game. Christopher Cassidy still haven't figured out what's going on with that briefcase, but boy, does it hurt to get hit with.
Cassidy is fighting for his life right now. Look, it's my responsibility. I put his career up for grabs. He could be fired if he doesn't do a good job managing Rishi and Joey Tran, if that's the way this thing goes.
Oh no, not the ghost. Anything but the ghost here, guys.
What in the hell does he have in there?
Well, whatever it is, it just blinded Nick Hayez upon contact.
As Hayez has Cassidy in his hands.
He thought it was Rishi.
Just delivered a choke slam to his own manager. Brilliant tactics here from Rishi. As now Nick Hayez still blinded, just choke slammed Eddy Ross through the chairs.
Jordan, not the way you wanted it to go, eh, bud?
Well, Nick Hayez, a brute force, but showing it in the wrong way there, taking out the entirety of Dirty Business.
And Christopher Cassidy is now the manager of Dave Rishi and Joey Tran. You frankly love to see it.
Simply couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Talk about strange bedfellows, gentlemen.
And Cassidy has no choice but to do his best and try and help this duo legally win as many matches as possible. We might be witnessing the moment right now that sets Rishi and Tran on the path to the NEW Tag Team Championship.